Look who we've got our hands on now. Napa Auto Parts. Napa, get the good stuff. And Subway Restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
Back here to see if Edwards got through.
And the big one has happened at Talladega. Carnage all over the front straightaway here at the exit of pit road. Cars that have just been ripped apart. Martin Truex.
Blue on the 83, guys. Right front tire on the 83. You saw the rest of it.
The front of his car, number 1, is gone. There's the 83 car of Brian Vickers. They were 3 wide, back for about 30 spots. No room for anywhere to go.
We heard him say there that the right front tire might have blown on the 83 to create all of this situation. Just as they got to the tri-oval,
It's definitely flat. The car's going everywhere. We couldn't hardly keep up with where they were going.
David Gilliland, who had already gone to a backup car after being involved in that shunt on Friday afternoon with Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s right rear tire. Martin Truex had such a good car.
they're putting the red flag out now to stop because there's so much debris down here.
They will bring the cars around and stop them at the entrance of pit road, and good to see the drivers able to climb out. Dale Earnhardt Jr., by the way, is the leader. He had taken the lead just a moment ago before this happened. There's Brian Vickers.
These cars were all running so tight and so close to each other that they had to be touching each other. Maybe that's what happened with the right front tire on this 83. But man, you just knew something was going to happen as close as these guys were running.
Here we go. You can see Vickers right there in the middle. He's up towards the front of the pack because Dale Jr. is the leader of the race.
Oh,
right there.
man.
Yeah, tire blows.
Well, he just gets misses the 31. 9 cars involved into the 38.
Look at Bobby Labonte. He's fishing his way through that. I'm telling you, he missed 2 or 3 guys by inches. Then you see Martin Truex had a hard lick on that inside wall.
How did the 31 not get hit here? Watch the car come across right to Burton, right there.
Ooh,
My
that was
goodness.
close.
Well, didn't we say in the top of this you had to be lucky? So that's one of those times it was lucky. You see Terry Labonte spinning down through there in the 45 car.
70 of Tony Raines involved.
Come on, buddy. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. There we go. Caution's out. Nice job. Blue tire.
These guys are just riding along in their draft.
Yeah. Well, Martin Truex, just a victim.
Yeah, he had a great car. He'd pushed Junior to the front here.
Harvick's view looking across from the 29 car.
And you see Jeff Burton right there. He's on the bumper of Brian Vickers, but he's able to sneak by. Oh, right there.
That is the Allstate Good Hands move of the race. The 31 car of Jeff Burton and the 29 of Kevin Harvick. 2 of the Richard Childress cars somehow making a move to be able to get by. Watch it again from the front angle.
When all of this happens, you're just sitting there trying to drive straight through and hoping that somebody doesn't come across, just like you see right there, and collect you in it. And it's just a matter of if it's your day and you were lucky to make it through when it happens that close to the front.
The cars sit under the red flag here at Talladega, Alabama, in the Amp Energy 500. A 9-car wreck coming through the tri-oval that started near the front of the field. That one car you're looking at landed basically, our pit studio is right on the other side of that wall. And Martin Truex Jr. hit about 5 different times in that wreck. And yet, due to the safety advances in these cars, he popped the window net down, he popped out of the car. He wasn't too happy, but he walked away. It was amazing just watching that car come at us, the number of hits he took in that one wreck.
We saw this thing come from way off. He was coming right at us. He kept hitting, finally landed, like you said, Alan, underneath of us. But, the inside wall really did a good job saving his butt right there. There's no doubt about that. But cars really tore up bad right now.
Take a look at our sprint monster moment. Right up toward the front of the pack. This whole thing started with the 83 car right of the screen.
Yeah, Brian Vickers, just right front tire goes down. I don't know if he got to someone earlier or something caused that tire to go down, but well, he took a lot of race cars with him. Unfortunately, it could have been a bigger wreck, though, as we've all talked about. Jeff Burton did a great job of staying out of that wreck, as well as Bobby Labonte and some of those guys. But poor Martin Truex was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
We talked about Martin Truex a minute ago, taking a lot of hits. Look at him. He's about to be number 4 into that wall. Then he comes down and hangs a left and hits the wall again. Jamie, 5 hits, but he's okay.
He's okay. He's kind of smiling when you walked out of there, Martin. How frustrating was that, and what did you see and feel?
Well, it's frustrating, certainly. I mean, we had a great car. The guys just got to thank everybody at ECR for their engines and all the hard work back at the shop. We had a great race car. We're out there towards the front, racing for the lead. I was having a lot of fun, drafting with Junior and them. And the 83 was right there inside me, and his right front tire exploded. I heard bam, bam, like a shotgun going off, and just along from the ride from there. So it's unfortunate. Had a rough week last and another one this week, but the guys are working hard. Our cars are fast, and that's what really matters. So I'm pretty happy with that. Just gonna have a bit of a headache tonight, I think.
Well, it's good to see he's okay. Martin Truex Jr. led laps the last 2 weeks, but again, he is out. Shannon?
Jamie, down here with Mike Skinner, who pulled his car into the garage, and then you started working on this car with these guys. Do you think you're going to be able to get it back out?
I'm a truck driver. That's how we roll over there. But yeah, Jimmy and these guys will get this Red Bull Camry back out. That was kind of a shame. We saw what was going on. We seen it happen and got it woed down and got into a car a little bit. I mean, everybody just started wrecking, and I don't think we was all that bad until a red car, I think it was a Budweiser car, I'm not sure, come down in front of us, and that caused a little bit more damage on a Red Bull Toyota here. But that was a shame. Car was pretty good, just kind of biding our time, and our goal today was to miss that, and we didn't miss it. So we just get her patched up and do the best we can.
Yeah, we will see Mike Skinner get back to work on this 84, help his crew guys out. Jamie?
And David Gilliland has walked out of the medical center. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just disappointed, That's 2 tires that took out 2 of our cars this weekend, one in practice and one here in the race. So, unfortunate. Our Ford Drive 1 Fusion was pretty good today. We were just, kind of taking our time, going from the back to the front, and just kind of being patient. And, just got involved in someone else's deals. So, it's just nature of this track. When stuff happens, the holes close up quick and you just run out of places to go. So, unfortunate. We got 2 tore-up race cars this weekend from blowing tires and, out of our control. So, a disappointing end of the weekend. We felt really good about coming in here and felt good about our chances, but not today. We'll have to get them next week.
Well, the Yates driver is always strong here at Talladega. Good to see he's okay. And the media over here talking to Brian Vickers. And Brian, what did you feel?
I felt a bomb explode in my right front tire. I mean, it sucks, because, just so proud of the Red Bull effort. All the guys back at the shop put together a great car, Toyota, a great engine. We led a lot of laps today. We had a car that could run up front all day. I don't think anyone can maintain the lead. It was just a matter of timing and who was going to be in the lead. But just coming down, went down to the tri-oval, and it didn't cut. It didn't, go flat. I mean, it exploded. I saw the right front fender going through the air before the front of the car even dropped. Very similar to what happened to Junior in practice.
Unfortunate for Brian Vickers. Of course, his one and only Cup Series win came right here at Talladega. Alan?
Jamie, thanks. Good to see all those drivers fine after the 9-car wreck in the tri-oval. Now, scanning back through the cars, sitting under the red flag, that's Greg Biffle's 3M machine there, and it's carrying something extra.
It looks like he's got a complete tear-off of somebody's windshield. If you look to the right-hand side, Brad, it looks like the 00 car has got a whole front bumper underneath of it or something.
He's got something shoved up under that bumper. It looks like the official's going to give him a little bit of help there. And the 55 looks like he's pretty good looking on the right side. 00's pretty straight, but Greg's carrying an extra passenger there.
Now, Carl Edwards was hanging around at the back of the pack along with Greg Biffle and a couple other guys. Remember, Edwards just kind of played that odd pit strategy all day just to stay in the back of the pack. And Ray, as he picked his way through this wreck, being far back enough to react might have helped him.
Yeah, there looks like they're making a good call there. Plus, playing those video games, obviously, I'm sure he was just like playing another one there. But if you watch, he just slows down. He's on the brakes hard, which is good. Another good reason we run the big brakes on these cars. But you can see, very, very difficult to see. This is where your spotters really got to help you, and you got to slow down.
I tell you, the visibility was very, very poor, like you see there. I mean, I've been in these things before where you go through the smoke, and you're just hoping, and when you pull out of it, Brad, there's nobody sitting there. You know what? Most of the time there is.
Well, I mean, what strategy by Bob Osborne and Carl here? I mean, they're taking their time. They're picking their way up through the field, just running their own race today, and it's paid off for them on pit stops as well as right now into the caution.
Jimmy Johnson, one of the other championship guys who, remember, got a lap down early, has made some pit stops to repair his splitter. Here's riding through this with Jimmy.
Well, take a look at this, all the smoke. This is really tough on Jimmy right now. Spotter's saying back off, back off. He's on the brake. He's just really calculating those moves through there. He gets through. Man, that was a great piece of driving out of Jimmy Johnson.
Little nervous moment there for Jimmy's crew chief, Dave.
Indeed it was. He's looking at the replay now, and I believe Jimmy's first words were, "I can't believe we made it through that." And after the start to your day, Chad, I guess he should be surprised, right?
Surprised we're anywhere even close to being involved in it. You know, unfortunately, we felt in qualifying like the car just wasn't up to song the way we needed it to be, and we took a chance this morning and took the spark plugs out of it, looked inside of it, and the engine seems to be okay, but you know, it's still not running the way it was on Friday. We don't know exactly what's gone on. You know, with the rules that they've got with the restrictor plate races, they issued the restrictor plate, issued the shocks, issue the rear springs, and any combination of those above, you know, it can slow the car down. So we're trying to get it figured out, but you know, we're real fortunate to be in the position that we're in now, and hopefully we can stay in the draft and get what we need out of it. But it's still not running the way we need to. But you know, we're just going to kind of ride it out and see if we can get this Lowe's Chevrolet in the top 10 and move on next week to Lowe's Motor Speedway.
There wouldn't be anything that with time on pit road you'd take the time to try to change out?
There's nothing that we can change right now that would do it. You know, it could potentially be a gear, it could potentially be an engine, it could even be the issued restrictor plate for all that matters. So you know, and that's all stuff that ultimately you can't change right now in a good amount of time or even legally. So we just have to run through with what we've got and play the hand that's dealt us and move on.
Try to avoid that big stuff now. Mr. Rick Hendrick is up on the box as well. What a weekend you've had so far. You had to start with the 88 team having some issues on Friday. They've cleared everything now. How are you doing?
Well, anytime you come to Talladega, you know, it's a action-packed deal. So, you know, just hope we can survive. You just hold your breath every time there's a problem. And, but, you know, it's great racing. The cars are really equal, and just hope we can be there at the end. That's the plan.
Now remember, he's got one in the garage being worked on and a couple that are still okay on the track. And the 5 car, don't forget about them, running very well today and no damage on them.
And Jeff Gordon, the one that's in the garage being worked on from an earlier incident, not this one. Amazingly, this 9-car incident that happened at the front of the field in a big pack, and none of the championship chasers were caught up in it. They all got through. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads. We are under the red flag at Talladega.
It's the hard knocks, it's the long shots, it's believing in yourself when you're all you got. You don't turn back, rising up to see the last man standing.
Television's next great cop show has arrived. It is Life on Mars, series premiere Thursday at 10 Eastern, 9 Central, after an all-new Grey's Anatomy. Harvey Keitel, Michael Imperioli, Gretchen Mol, Jason O'Mara, Lisa Bonet star. It's the Life on Mars series premiere Thursday, October 9th, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, after an all-new Grey's Anatomy. That's the show about where the guy goes to sleep, wakes up, finds himself back in the 1970s. A little different twist on things there. A little different twist on things here in Talladega, too. A guy was racing for the lead 1 minute and blinked, found himself back in the garage with a torn-up race car.
Well, this is like Groundhog Day, then, isn't it? Because it seems like we see this scenario a lot.
They're firing up the cars. They're going to go back under the yellow flag. Meanwhile, Casey Kane is with Shannon in the garage.
Yeah, down here with Casey Kane, one of the drivers who was in that wreck. You just said to me, you asked me where the 6 was on the track if they were in it. He's your biggest competitor right now for that 13th spot. How important is it for you to get back out and just make up a couple points on him?
I think it's, you know, it's important. I'd rather go home at this point. My car's hammered, but let's see what happens. These guys will get it fixed, and we'll go out and try to get, you know, a couple spots depending on how many cars fall out in the next little while. And it's too bad. I was having fun. It was normal Talladega, exciting racing, and we just got caught up in it looked like a problem. I saw smoke, and then, you know, it's obviously a tire, and then cars going everywhere. So it's too bad.
Casey Kane not in the chase, guys, but like I said, 13th place is what he's hitting for.
All right, Shannon, thanks. So the field begins to roll off here, and they'll open pit road in a moment. We'll see some service on the cars, but 9 cars in the garage area after this wreck that started near the front of the field, and amazingly, none of the championship contenders involved in the accident. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads. Juan Pablo